Hello, Starseeds and Lightworkers. This week's weekly message, I am including all the Lightworkers along with the Starseeds just because of everything that's going on in the world right now. And I do feel all of us Lightworkers, as well as all the Starseeds, do need a lot of guidance and love and reassurance from, the higher realms right now. So that's the purpose of this reading, to give us a deeper understanding of exactly what's going on spiritually, and then guidance about, how to maintain sanity, as well as missions that some of you have through this process. So I'm going to look at your energy and the energy of humanity, but we will start with you guys, and I'm going to pull a major arcana and see what's going on with you guys through all of this. Okay, look at that. We have Ascension. Nice. This feels good because I will tell you, Saturn moving into Aquarius feels like a big, big, big game changer for just everything going on, humanity, Earth, the collective consciousness, the higher realms. Just there's a lot that's going to play out over these next 3 years, and it's a huge game changer. And what's playing out right now is a part of that process that's bringing forth great ascension to many people, including you guys, even going to a higher level, shifting into a much higher perspective and understanding, seeing the spiritual aspect of like the chaos, and then seeing behind that the spiritual energy in which is driving that, and the purpose of it, and why it's playing out. And so for Lightworkers and Starseeds, all through the spring months, you are working on as an ascension within yourself, expanding your consciousness into a whole new realm. It feels big to me. Like I said, it's the game changer, that Aquarian energy coming in really strong, which is ahead of the time, really out there, innovated, just such a high perspective that a lot of people can't understand or relate, because it's so like up there, out there. But each and every one of you, through this process, through the spring months, you're going through an ascension. And, this would be the World card in a standard tarot deck. So all of the collective of mankind, of humanity, is going through an ascension process right now, through all this chaos, all this crazy. And we do have the 444 portal just around the corner, which is really stepping into the new and allowing, this energy of ascension, which is the new light codes, the new way of doing things, the new understanding, the new being, the new energies coming into the earth plane, anchoring those down very strongly, because 4 is a solid number. It's about foundation. So big changes taking place within each and every one of you all through spring, because you're ascending. Okay, so there's ascension symptoms. They will be different for each and every one of you, but don't feel overwhelmed. Just remember that this is what's going on for you as a light worker, as a starseed, but also this is taking place, Mother Earth Gaia and all that inhabit her, a great ascension, a great shifting through 2020, and it's starting now. All right, let's pull a Cups card and see what's happening in your emotional body. Ooh, we've got the Adept of Chalice. So, yep, there it is. You guys are ascending to a whole new level, a whole new realm, which brings energy that's unknown and unfamiliar to you. So you may be learning a new skill. Maybe some of you are expanding into mediums, some of you expanding into Reiki, into other forms of healing. I mean, it's endless, but there is a new skill that is going to be birthed from you, and it's because you have ascended to that next level. So it's unfamiliar energy, and you're starting a new cycle with your own soul evolution. But also, this is, to me, a new cycle of humanity starting, like a big shift in consciousness, like over these next 3 years. And here we are with the Adept of Chalices, just confirming that. All right, let's see what's going on within your soul. Nice. You are a master. Sage of Flames. This right here, is like the ultimate starseed lightworker energy holding it down. Just look at the imagery of that, and it's being multifaceted, multi-talented, multi-dimensional, you know, and reaching into a new dimension, a new level of consciousness that you haven't touched on before. It feels very unfamiliar territory. And so if you guys are feeling like anxiety, just really weird emotions and thoughts like that make you uncomfortable. I'm sorry, oh, come on, please stand, please stay. Let's see. Okay, it doesn't glare, so I'll leave it like that. Okay. Anyways, you're going into this unfamiliar energy because you've really mastered an area of yourself, of your journey, of your mission up to this point, coming through as the Sage of Flames in the soul. Okay, you are a master, but now it's time to go to a different level. New energy coming in, like if you think of things as layers, like a new layer of you forming that is never ever been before. And that goes for humanity as well. This new layer that everybody is expanding into. Oh, it feels, you know, I'm loving this reading because I was actually feeling a bit sad, a bit down about everything going on. And that's why this reading's late. But now doing the reading, Spirit's making me feel really good. And I hope that Spirit's making you guys feel really good. It's like all is well. I mean, out of these, the cups and the flames, we've gotten court cards, which means you guys are at a very high level. Like this is mastery. And it's time for something new to come in, and it's do you see, like I'm stumbling over my words, because even for me, I'm like, oh, this is somewhere that we've never been, not humanity, not you guys, not anybody. This feels really significant these next 3 years. So let's see what's going on in your mental body. 9 of Orbs. That is a ton of worry, concern, anxiety, which, you know, here we come back to the Ascension symptoms. And so for many of you, that just unreasonable anxiety, or you just wake up in this really weird funk, you're just uncomfortable, it's because you're moving into those new vibes, those new energies. It's unfamiliar to you. And some of you may be very aware of this, like what's happening, and others of you maybe not so much. I mean, there is a lot going on right now. So no fear, Starseeds and Lightworkers, all is well. You guys are ascending through this process, and you always got to think of where you expand to in this lifetime. You know, that next step for you, you are like a few steps ahead of humanity, of the collective consciousness. And so as you step into that unknown energy, you're paving the way. All right, you're creating the lane, you're pulling it down, you're creating a whole new realities, options, choices, energies, experiences, as you are a few steps ahead. Okay, and that's where you're at. All is well. It doesn't feel well for me, you know, if you look around and just see the state of things. But what Spirit's bringing through right now is like, no, we are in that process, that birthing process of ascension, each and every one of you, as well as the collective consciousness of humanity. And there's a lot of fear-based shadow energies that can distract you and try to pull you down. But just remember, you're ascending, you're expanding, and you're going into unfamiliar territory. And that's why things feel weird, uncomfortable, unsure. Some of your intuition could be out of whack, or those of you who are deep empaths, it's like you're not properly picking up on vibes like you were. It's like things feel quite distorted. And again, that's because you're like metamorphosing into this new unfamiliar frequency of energy. And this is like the step. And then the first part of this, the catalyst, is Saturn moving into Aquarius. And then we have the 444 portal. And then that, you know, opens up that portal to really anchor all of that energy down, everything that Saturn's bringing through that Aquarius portal. And it's going to change things. Aquarius is a very unique energy. It's hard to articulate the Aquarian energy for me because it's just so out there. the perception, the expression, the like way of being, the souls. It's such a different, because Pisces energy is like the ending, the undoing, the really heavy. And then, you know, what's right before Aquarius is that Capricorn energy, which is a lot of hard work, life lesson, you know, perseverance, all of those things. And then Aquarian energy in the middle is like just spirit to me. It's so high. The frequency of what's coming through as Saturn moves through Aquarius is spirit. And I think it takes Saturn like 29 or 30 years to go through a full transit. So 29, 30 years ago was the last time, you know, Saturn was in Aquarius. So it is time for that game changer. And then, you know, when Saturn moves into Pisces in March of 2023, for those next 3 years, that is the completion of like an era, a decade, old frequencies finally dissipating, you know, as Saturn moves through Pisces. So this here is like the start of the beginning of the end. That's a good way to say this. And moving into that new energy, like really the age of Aquarian energies finally coming in strong, and that being much more predominant than those old Piscean energies of restriction and oppression. All right, so all is well, Lightworkers and Starseeds. You guys are going to the next level along with humanity, and you're always a few steps ahead, and that's why things feel unfamiliar, because you are paving the way, but you're ascending. This is very exciting. All right, let's pull a few angel cards to, you know, look at your energy a little deeper. Under the Adept of Chalices, we have energy clearing with positive energy. So yeah, that is speaking about how those old Piscean energies are finally getting like swept out. They're dissolving, and those beautiful spiritual Aquarian energies are coming in, and you are a big part of that. You guys are the cleanup crew, which means you're transmuting, you're shifting that energy. You get the energy first, you get familiar with it, and then you anchor it down and you hold the space, you hold the frequency, and then that allows, you know, more and more people to attach to that energy. And something interesting that Spirit brought to my mind today was, you know, a couple hundred years ago, we didn't understand how diseases and sicknesses were spread, you know, and there was just a lot of hula around healing, and, you know, a lot of people passed on that didn't need to pass on because of lack of medicine, lack of education, lack of, you know, cleanliness. They just didn't understand. And now in this day and age, you know, the way that we view disease and illness, I wonder if in a couple hundred years from now, we're going to look back at this era as how we would look back into, you know, to the time before penicillin and like different plagues that spread and why they spread so vast and wide and rapidly, and just the lack of education and all of those things. I wonder if we're going to look back and realize that, you know, viruses, illness, it's all vibration, it's all frequency, and to truly overcome an illness or a disease, it's all about the shifting of the vibration and the frequency. I truly believe that's where technology and medicine is going to lead us, to the full understanding of the frequency and vibration of each and every human being. And I feel like we're already there. That knowledge just hasn't been disseminated to the general public at large. Okay, so for you guys, like you're that shift in frequency that is a cleanse, where you know, at a certain frequency, that sickness, that illness can't touch you. It's incompatible with your vibration. You guys are bringing those higher vibrations to each and every person on the earth plane. Next out is Live with Passion, Archangel Michael. So Archangel Michael coming in with you my star seeds and light workers on your side, letting you know, hey, I'm here. You are protected. I'm bringing you into enlightenment. I'm walking with you through this ascension, and I don't want you to stop living. I don't want you to turn your light off. I don't want you to get sucked in to the shadow-based energies that are very rampant right now. All is well. There's a great ascension taking place. Under Nine of Orbs, we have manifest with love, Archangel Uriel. So don't worry. Don't give into the shadow, the fear-based. Remain in a high frequency of love energy. Call upon Archangel Uriel to help you with that if you are struggling. Archangel Michael helping you with your mission. Archangel Uriel trying to help you ease your mind and stay in those higher vibrations of energy and know that all is well, and we're birthing into something very beautiful. It's, you know, these next 3 years, a lot of changes, and the 3 years that follow is the final, like, completion, wrapping up of the Piscean age, gone out of the human collective, out of the human experience. And there's so much oppression that's attached to that Piscean energy of the Piscean age. All right, let's pull you some more cards. Forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. Yes, see, there it is. The angels saying you are here to carve a new path, to make the way forward, to be the leader, the inspiration, the light that you never had, but also the inspiration and the light that is almost non-existent within the earth plane. I mean, there's love, there's inspiration, but it's not as big and wide as it should be. You know, there's more people in panic and fear than in trust, flow, surrender, love, connection. Let's share, let's not freak out. You know, I will even say I finally got my hands on some TP, and I've got 2 packs, and then there's a family that came my way that has none, so I just gave them a whole pack because I'm like, I got what I needed when I needed it. I trust spirit, you know, I'm informed, I'm aware, I'm proactive, and so spirit gave me more than I needed, and I was able to help somebody else out. You know, don't fall into those fear-based energies. You've really got to trust your path. And as starseeds and light workers, you know, there is a bit of magic and protection that's just around you guys. It's not to say that bad things can't ever happen, you know, but it's like you will always bounce back. You will always find a way. Your needs will always be met somehow, some way. You are protected. You are surrounded by the angels while you walk on this earth plane. You're here to pave a new way for humanity. And next we have the golden children. Inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. And to me, you just, you know, you see these souls getting ready to walk through this portal, and you guys are because you're here, you are what allows this portal to even open, and then you receive those light codes, and it impacts each and every person on the earth plane. You know, the golden children, all of God's creations, you know, man, woman, child, animal, insect, everything, we all evolve together. All right, and there's a big portal. This is the 444 portal. I'm sure of it coming through. And then you know, Saturn moving into Aquarius, so much is going to change. You guys are leading the way, and the angels and spirit do not want you to be weary, to feel small, to be in despair in any capacity, because this is like the great awakening. There's beautiful shifting and an ascension that's happening, you know, within you guys over the spring months, and then with all of humanity over the next 3 years. And you know, when we get into Saturn into Pisces, that energy might be pretty crazy and intense, but it's like everything will just be swift, and it will all just be like done, over with. All right, let's dig into humanity now, and you know, what they're going through over this 3-year journey, and how you interact, what your role in all of that is. Awakening. And that one jumped out. Nice. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. There you go. Exactly what Spirit's already given us. This is just a confirmation. And remember, humanity will move at a slower pace than you will. Next out is the Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? And so Starseeds, your star family, the collective consciousness coming in and letting you know we are always with you along with the angels. And don't lose sight of nurturing yourself, because sometimes when the shadow energies are very intense and overwhelming, we have a tendency to stop nurturing ourselves and worrying for ourselves and really putting all of our energy out there for others. And so make sure that you're nurturing yourself first and foremost, always, always, because you're leading the way. You've got to be really strong and anchored in your light always, for your own well-being, you know, because when you're not anchored in your light, you feel totally scattered, flapping in the wind all over the place. And make sure that you are taking care of yourself, but also as the Star Mother, that's you. That's your energy. Both Starseeds and Lightworkers, you are the Star Mothers coming to help heal and uplift and shift humanity. Next out is the Keepers of Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. And there's your Starseed collectives coming in, as well as earth bonds that you've made through various incarnations in which you've come here. Right there, you are part of the Keepers of the Earth. This shifting, this upgrading, the ascension, you are instrumental in that, and you have a lot of non-physical energy backing you. Next, we have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? This goes back to you making sure that you're nurturing and loving and looking after yourself and making sure your own energy is full and you are very anchored in your light. And sometimes, all these hands reaching out to you because you are a light source. You want to give, you want to do, you want to be, but you've got to also know that you have limits, and you aren't here to specifically save like a single individual. You're not really here to save anybody. You are here to shift the collective consciousness. You are here to help get rid of all those Piscean energies of the Pisces age and really anchor in the Aquarian energies for the Aquarian age. We've just barely begun. And so you've got to make sure that you put boundaries, because it's not your job to make sure everybody is okay. It isn't. Whether you love them and are super close to them or not, is not your job to make sure that everybody's chaos is in balance, all their needs are met, all is well in their worlds, when you're not okay, or you don't have the capacity to do and give and be in those specific moments. You got to make sure that you're very aware of your energy, and when you start feeling depleted or out of balance whatsoever, you really need to pull back and meditate, connect to your collective, connect to the angels, and recalibrate your energy and realign to your own light. Because when you get even slightly off, it feels like life is very hard. Things feel much heavier for you. So they're coming in saying, make sure you love yourself, and it's okay to set boundaries. You're doing what you're here to do, which is mainly to anchor that light. And you see that? See how she's anchoring that light down into the earth plane? Exactly, 100%. And it's good to be there and to share and to give and to love and to care, but don't do it beyond your capacity. Next is, oh, look at that, Starseed. What lights you up? And then you see Saturn right there. Look at that, Saturn, and then I see Jupiter. Saturn and Jupiter coming in. You guys are very impacted by the energies of Saturn and Jupiter is currently in Capricorn. So those energies are a little heavy. It's very blessing though. And then I just feel Saturn moving into Aquarius is so powerful for you guys, because that's like the beginning of the end of the old. And you guys are ascending very rapidly over these next 3 months, really starting to pave the way and move forward so that, you know, the rest of humanity can follow suit over the course of these next 3 years as Saturn transits Aquarius. All right, let's pull some tarot to, you know, further clarify these energies. That didn't work, did it? Maybe that's exactly how it was supposed to be, I guess. All right, let's see. Under the awakening, look at that. Look at the card. Do you see that? That's coming to an end right there. We are ascending beyond this. A lot coming to light. We have eclipses that are going to really shake things up this year. But this is coming out under your awakening and humanity's awakening. It's time for this energy to disperse or to shift and evolve, I guess is a better way to explain that, because it doesn't ever just like disappear, but it also shifts and evolves. And, you know, the light is becoming the predominant force, and the era of darkness is coming to an end. And look at that. Do you see Saturn right there? Saturn is playing a major role in these next 6 years in the shifting and changing and ascension of humanity. Under the Star Mother, we have Seeker, which is the child of wands. And, you know, this really speaks for itself about you and the energy that you give to all of humanity, but also you being the child and receiving that energy from your collective. Next out, under the Keepers of the Earth, we have the Magician, and there it is, that special magic and protection that is always around you, and it comes from your ancestors. You know, they are a big part in that protection in this earth plane. And, you know, look at everything that's going on in this card. It's a celebration as we move through this ascension. Under boundaries, we have judgment, which is time space. And yeah, you've got to make sure that you're full and that you are anchored in your light always, or you will, it's like easy for you to start spiraling. And I guess the reason why your teams are talking about this so much is because of how crazy the energy is right now. And then we have these eclipses coming up in the summer, and there's just a lot of shifting and changing. And that's why it's very important for you to always be 100% balanced within yourself as much as you possibly can be, because otherwise it's just a very uncomfortable ride for you, and it's hard to harness all these light codes, these energies that you are receiving. Next is balance, which would be the strength card in a standard tarot deck. Well, you know what? This could also represent justice, and this to me looks more like justice, because sometimes tarot decks swap justice with strength. So typically card number 8 of the major arcana would be strength. So there's strength, but also there is justice coming through, which is the balancing, the shifting of the ages. And you know, you see this diamond here, like that's what we're all like evolving into. This is the new energy of Aquarius that's going to really become strong as Saturn moves through Aquarius, and we've just, you know, entered the Aquarian age, and lots going to change, things coming to balance, the shadow energy and darkness not being so rampant and out of balance in proportion to the light energy. And this is coming out under Starseed. So also with this card, very important for you to keep your true center and be anchored in your light, which this is your light right there. Look at how beautiful that is. Very nice. All right, let's pull you some more cards. Willpower, life purpose, heart compass. So if we go to the original cards that I pulled for you guys to look at your energy specifically, we have willpower with this energy cleanse and the adaptive chalice. So that's you moving into those unfamiliar energies, learning a new skill for many of you, or expanding into a skill, a spiritual gift that you haven't touched on in this lifetime yet. And with willpower, that's talking about how you have to push through that anxiety, that uncertainty, that unfamiliar energy, and you have it within you, okay? You do. So this is really like, don't be afraid. Embrace all this new that's coming your way. And then here we have the Sage of Flames with life, live with passion, Archangel Michael, and then life purpose. So each and every one of you watching this, a big part of your purpose, your work, is to help with this shift of moving into the Aquarian age and holding the light codes and paving the way forward, being a few steps ahead of humanity, which is that Aquarian energy. That is your, not your only purpose, but a very big part of your purpose for being here. So you being so drawn into the spiritual, into the esoteric, all of it, there is reason for that. You're following your heart, what draws you, what pulls you, and you're meant to have many awakenings and expansions throughout this life journey. And right now is one of those times where you are ascending and you're going to understand your purpose much, much more, because you have Archangel Michael here helping you with that truth, giving you the sword of power, really protecting you. All right. And also he is the angel that brings the truth. So over the next 3 years, a lot of truths worldwide are going to come to light. And here, 9 of Orbs, manifest with love, heart compass. Don't give in to the worry, the anxiety, the fear-based energy, the shadow energy. Meditate. Connect with your collective consciousness. Connect to the angels. Focus on the positive. Really try to keep your mental body in a balanced, positive state, vibration, frequency. Stay true to your heart. Don't close your heart. Don't put yourself in a box. Sometimes that's how I feel when I have a true realization about certain shadow energies and things going on in the earth plane. It really makes me want to just, build a box around myself and hide. And so, if you feel that, don't give in to that energy, because the world needs you right now more than ever. And there's a lot of exciting changes that are going to take place over these next 3 years, over these next 6 years, really. And it's an exciting time, and that's why you are here at this time, and you can handle this. You were made for this, okay? So let's pull you some advice. Freedom. Follow your heart and nurture your soul with love, and freedom will grow. See, that's that self-love, the mothering, and to not fear. All is well. Next out is light. It's time to reveal your radiant light to the world. Yes, it is. You have a mission. You are here for purpose, and you are leading the way. Next out, look at that, meditation. Take a moment to connect to source through quiet reflective meditation, and that's to keep your mental body in balance, so that you don't get out of whack, and also about your personal boundaries, not giving beyond your capacity. All right, let's pull some healing messages. Begin to see yourself as a spiritual being having an earthly experience of growth and transformation. Wow. Next out is trust in divine order. You are being helped. These are just spot on from the message that we've already received. And lastly, respect your inner cycles and honor them on your healing journey. Yes, you are ascending. And this is coming out right on top of heart compass. All right, let's pull some divine direction to wrap this up. But what a positive reading Spirit has given all of us. Oh, I love it. It really has made me feel better. Oh, look at that's what's just been trying to jump out as I said, that recharge. Please slow down. It's not selfish to take time out to look after yourself. So that's a repeating message really strongly in this reading, Starseeds and Lightworkers. You've got to make sure you're taking care of yourself too, okay? All right, that one wants to jump out. Clearing. Remove energy blockages by clearing out unwanted emotional or mental clutter. And you've got the energy clearing there, and here it is talking about the mental body once again. Next is love. It's the right time for you to experience a loving, committed relationship. Enjoy it. That goes back to that love energy, your connection to humanity. And for some of you, this is talking about like a spiritual companion or a romantic relationship that's going to surface in your life. All right. And it will be very supportive. And I feel like that message has shown up before for you guys. And lastly, we have ask. It's okay to ask for help. It is not a sign of weakness. So reach out to the angels, to your spirit guides, you know, to your home collective at any time, and they will be here to help. Don't be afraid to ask for your, you know, earth companions to help out and be there for you as well. Even if you are the one that is typically holding it down, is the rock for everybody else. It's okay if you need some love, some support, some tendering right now. It's okay. And your team is saying that it's okay. You know, you've got to rest and you've got to nurture yourself, because again, you guys are the renegades. You are paving the way. You're doing the groundwork. That takes a lot of energy. And you've got to make sure that you take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, so that you can handle that job without it being overwhelming, because you'll get it done no matter what, because that's just who you are at the soul level. Okay, and you know what? I just felt the urge to actually pull you guys 3 more major arcanas. I'm not sure why. So let's see what else Spirit wants you to know. This, I feel like this is what you're shifting into. So we have reflection, transition, and higher self. Wow, that's powerful. Yes, that goes right in alignment with this message, doesn't it? I see this as, you know, March 2020 to March 2023, as Saturn moves through Aquarius, you know, that awakening is an ascension process happening within you guys, but within all of, you know, humanity. And again, for you guys, I feel like it's a rapid process through the spring. And then for humanity, it goes over the course of the 3 years as Saturn transits Aquarius. So here it is, you know, where perceptions are changing. People are feeling different. They're seeing different. There's new light coming in. So here it is, you know, that beautiful shifting and change as Saturn moves through Aquarius. And then as Saturn gets into Pisces in March 2023 and 3 years that follow, here's the transition where we leave that Piscean, restrictive, oppressive energy behind, and we transition into that higher spiritual place of being on the earth plane under that Aquarian energy. Finally, like, even though we're in the Aquarian age, I feel as Saturn wraps up in Pisces, which, you know, starts March 2023, that is truly when we step into that Aquarian age for all its glory and all its energy, and the old ways are like a thing of the past, and we're all in a different place of being, of experiencing, of perception. So this is beautiful. And then here it is, the final result. That is the ascension, the transition to that higher frequency of energy for Starseeds, Lightworkers, as well as humanity. But also, you are a teacher, you are a leader, you're paving the way, and you're very divinely guided. So please trust yourself, stay true to your heart compass. You have a lot of divine guidance, and if you don't feel like you're receiving it, it's because you're out of balance, and it's time to meditate or do whatever you do to get yourself back in alignment, because every time that will be what's wrong, is you've gotten out of alignment, and that happens to all of us. Okay, so just remember that, because you're going to a much different place that's so unfamiliar to you. Some of you, it's like you're opening up to a brand new spiritual gift, a talent that you didn't know that you had before. And I believe I picked up on that earlier in the reading, and then here it is at the end as well. So a lot's going to come to you. A lot of prophecy. Some of you are going to have foresight of these changes and all of that, and whatever comes to you is not meant to scare you. Remember, you are ahead of time. You are ahead of humanity in a sense. It's almost like you are existing within this dimension of time and space of the earth plane, but you're almost like in a different phase, like your energy is a different dimension, like you're here, but you're not here. I don't know how to even explain this. I've never picked up on this before, but it's like because you're ahead of your time. Oh, very interesting. All right, so anyways, here are the messages in regards to what is going on right now and what is to come, and you guys are just ahead of the game, so you guys are going to experience everything first, and you just got to trust the process and trust the journey. Call upon Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, as well as your collective consciousness for love and support and guidance, because you're really coming into the understanding of your life purpose over these next 3 months. All right, so those are your messages. I am sending each and every one of you lots of love and light. Take care.